Hey guys, I'm going to read a story about Passover. This is from Sammy Spider's First Haggadah. And inside it we have the story of Passover, and that is what I'm going to read to you today. So a long time ago, a mean Pharaoh ruled Egypt, and he made the Jewish people slaves, and he forced them to build cities and palaces for him. And he never gave them a break. He was not nice. A Jewish mother wanted to keep her baby safe, so she put her baby, named Moses, into a basket on the river to hide him from the cruel and mean Pharaoh. See, she's putting the baby in the basket on the river. And then she sent the basket down the river, and Pharaoh's daughter came down to the river and found the baby and decided to keep him. The princess decided to keep the baby Moses. Moses grew up in the palace. One day, he saw Pharaoh's guard beating a Jewish slave. He was so angry that he pushed the guard. He knew that he could no longer live in Egypt in the palace. So he ran away and became a shepherd. He took care of sheep. One day, when Moses was watching his sheep, he saw a burning bush. It was on fire. And then he heard a voice. It was God's voice. And God told him to return to Egypt to lead the Jewish slaves to freedom so that they would be safe. Moses went to Pharaoh and said, Pharaoh, please listen to me. Pharaoh, we just want to be free. But Pharaoh would not listen to Moses. Moses, my answer is no. Moses, I won't let you go. So, to change Pharaoh's mind, God made 10 bad things happen in Egypt. They were called plagues. In one of the plagues, he brought lots of frogs. Ribbit. In another plague, he brought lots of lice to the people. They got in their hair and they were itchy. Oh gosh. In another one, he brought grasshoppers and locusts, and they ate all of the food. And in another one, they brought darkness. It was so dark everywhere. Each time a plague started, Pharaoh thought about letting the Jews leave. But when the plague would end, he would change his mind. Finally, after the last plague, he told Moses, Moses, I finally agree. Moses, your people can go free. Moses told the Jewish people the good news. We can go. Hurry, hurry. Don't be slow. The Jewish people packed their belongings before Pharaoh could change his mind. There wasn't enough time to bake bread, so the Jewish people put the dough on their backs, and the hot desert sun baked it, and it was called matzah. Then the Pharaoh changed his mind again, and he started chasing after the Jewish people. And they ran and they ran and they ran all the way to a sea. It's a lot of water. It's like an ocean. And they couldn't get across, and the Pharaoh was coming, and they were so scared. But when they got to the sea, God parted the waters for them. Look, he spread the water out so that the Jewish people could cross to the other side. And then they closed the sea back up so that the Pharaoh could not chase them, and they were safe. And then they cheered for their freedom. We are happy as can be, singing, singing. Now at last we are free. And that is the story of Passover.